I should have asked this before we went on holiday. Hi, my name's Christine L. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, a channel for women who are getting happy, living longer and growing younger. I learned something. I learned a few things on my recent holiday to Mykonos, a lovely, very hot Greek island. First of all, I thought, and let me know in the comments box below if you agree with me, that we need more fluff. When I originally started Happy Stuff and Fluff, my intention was to talk about all of the science that's helping us more and more to learn about how to be happy, or what brings us happiness and what does not bring us happiness. Was to talk about all of the science behind that, but then also to talk about the things that give us pleasure from day to day, because obviously pleasure is part of happiness. I've talked about this lots before, but I think I've been working you rather hard, and when I look back at my videos, they are all videos to help you grow into your best selves and to help you to get happy. There's not been a lot of fluff, so I'm going to introduce a little bit of fluff today. If you want to stay to the end of this video, I'll introduce a bit of fluff, and by that I mean some of the things that I did on holiday that I think might just help you. Not scientifically based, of course, but that helped me. Anyway, let's get on with the video. So, I've been on Greek islands before, and the last time was we went to Crete. Robin and I went to Crete, Mr. Kitchen and I, just after my daughter Charlotte passed away. And we went to Crete and we had the most healing time. And I remember that holiday so fondly because, as I say, we both found it a very healing thing to do at that stage. And this is the point. That was at that stage of our lives. And since then, of course, we've had COVID. We've moved and completely decorated and styled a new home from top to bottom, opened a new business and completely designed and installed a new showroom. And so I thought 10 days away on a Greek island doing what we did before, which is absolutely nothing apart from resting and eating and sleeping, a little bit of drinking but not much, and I thought that's just what we need. Well, so we go to Mykonos, and it's like I say, it's a beautiful island. It's absolutely chocker full of beautiful people, and I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, so we go to Mykonos, and it was a lovely hotel that we stayed in, and we were right by the sea. Sorry, you can hear my computer there. We were right by the sea, and it was lovely. However, by day 4, I was going bananas. I'd done enough lying around. Of course, when we went to Crete, we were wounded. We were wounded people who needed somewhere to go and to lick our wounds, if you like, for want of a better term, to rest and to talk and all of those things. Well, we're different people now. What I should have asked before I went on holiday, and what I'm suggesting you ask, is, what do I need now? What do I need right now? So let me tell you a very interesting story. Mr. Kitchen was down by the sea, and as was I, and I was very restless. And I decided to walk up into the hotel, a beautiful kind of lounge area, and sit up there, and I had an orange juice to cool down, and I was sitting thinking about why I was feeling so particularly restless in such a beautiful place. And there was a mother and daughter on the table practically right next to me, and I could hear their conversation. I promise I was not eavesdropping. I could hear the conversation. It was just incredible because I heard words, and I heard words like mindset and Seligman and psychology. And of course, as soon as I heard these words, my ears pricked up. The girl, who I would say was again a girl at around about 15, and she had her laptop and she seemed to be working, and her mother was taking notes and helping, and they were coming out with these words. Well, I couldn't resist, so I struck up a conversation with them, and it turned out that this beautiful young lady was working because she had a project to do at school where she had to do some public speaking, where she had to talk about mindsets. Oh, so of course a full conversation ensued. I told them what I did. I talked about coaching. I also, because I have coached public speaking, we also talked about that. I was able to give them some tips, and they were overjoyed, and I was fizzing. So I go back down. Lovely to meet you. They were from Australia. Lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for the conversation. They were, very pleased I was able to offer them some suggested research and so on. So I went back down I was fizzing for the rest of the day, and it dawned on me. I have, as you know, talked about character strengths. I will leave a link here to, if you don't know, if you're new and you don't know what character strengths are, I'll leave a link to them here. Basically, they are positive parts of your personality that impact how you think, feel and behave. Now, Marty Seligman and Chris Peterson identified 24 of these character strengths that you have the capacity to express. And we know that the more you use your top strengths, they improve your relationships, they enhance your health and overall well-being, and they buffer against problems and help you to overcome problems. They also make you feel better and more satisfied, happier if you will, if you are using your top 5 strengths on a daily basis. Now you can do the character strengths test. Again, I'll leave a link below. You may have taken it before. Take it again, which is exactly what I did on my phone when I got back to my room. I took my character strengths. Now I've taken it over 10 years. I've taken it about 4 times, and each time what came top of my top 5 character strengths was appreciation of beauty. And that's always been the case. I've always loved art and so on. What could be more beautiful than where we were? The scenery was fantastic, the sea and everything was just beautiful. What was happening to me was I was getting too much of it. My strengths were not in balance. Love of learning is also one of my strengths. So when I got back and retook my strengths, it turns out my top 5 strengths: love of learning, perspective, kindness, humour and curiosity. This is so funny because I remember in videos past where I've actually said to you, I need more humour in my life. I need more fun, because humour was way down, as you can imagine, for 4 years, 5 years. It's we're coming up to 3 years, would you believe, to the anniversary of Charlotte passing. But she was sick for 2 years before that. Humour got us through, but my life was low on fun, shall we say. However, here we are now. Humour comes in for me at number 4. Love of learning is the top. No sign of appreciation of beauty and excellence until we get down to number 6. Now, these are not necessarily in order, but if the top 5 are the ones that you like to express the most. I obviously discovered that my strengths were out of balance. I thought I needed to lie in front of the sea and think about nothing and do nothing because we'd been so busy. I couldn't have been more wrong. You know, sometimes they say a change is good as a rest. I believe that to be true. And so, speaking to the lovely young lady and her mum reminded me of just how much I enjoy the learning, the teaching, because that was what we were doing. Lo and behold, the following day, there they were again, as was I, and we had another full conversation about psychology and a lot of the things that they talked about. Mum was in at planning, urban planning. We were able to talk about wellbeing design. I'm pretty sure they were put there just for me on those 2 days to teach me that I needed to rethink what I actually needed at the time. That's a long story, a long way of saying to you, occasionally, maybe not when you're going on holiday, but if you take the same kind of holiday every year, maybe you should do this. Ask yourself, what do I need now, today, as me? You may need to go and flop for, a week, 10 days and do absolutely nothing. But you may be helped more and it may refresh you more if you do something different instead. So what I would say to you is just give it some thought, some real thought, as I should have done. And I will certainly give it more consideration next time. Okay, let's move into fluff time. A new section to my videos. Fluff time. Okay, so I just want to tell you about a few things that I took on holiday that were very successful for me. Not many. It was a little bit embarrassing, really, because I was complimented on a couple of things that I wore. And the reason it was embarrassing because these women, these girls who did the complimenting, were kind of dressed from head to toe in designer gear. And this was just going down to the poolside and to the beach or to breakfast time. Anyway, I wore as a uniform practically every day a couple of hats. As I say, it was very, very hot. It was kind of hat, big shades, factor 50, which is what I did. But I wore these 2 hats practically every day. And also, I'll put pictures in. Let me put pictures in of the hats. So I wore these hats, yeah. And then I also wore these beach cover-up, these kind of loose knitted beach cover-ups. If you remember, in fact, when I went to Crete last time, I wore one and liked it so much I bought another one. And so I kind of alternated wearing these beach cover-ups. And when we got a few days into the holiday, this lady complimented me on the cover-up and asked me where I got it from. And it was embarrassing because I had to say, well, actually, I got it on Amazon. And I can't remember how much it was, pennies. No, it wasn't pennies, but it wasn't a lot. I know you can get expensive stuff on Amazon, but these were not. And they're great, especially since all things crochet seems to be in at the moment, these loose knit cover-ups, and I would have got more. So I was complimented on those. And as I say, they were from Amazon, as were the hats. I bought 2 of them. I think they were about £20. And at the moment, I think they're on sale. So again, trendy hats, straw hats. I got a straw clutch bag, which I used everywhere at night time because it went with everything. I haven't included a picture here for that, but Again, that was on Amazon, which will come back in time and time again. So I got those. Now, I also took with me, because I knew there was going to be a cool wind. It also could get cool at night. So I took with me a white pashmina scarf. Again from Amazon, and again at a rockingly good price, which came in so useful. It came in so useful. It came in so useful on the aeroplane, and it came in so useful at night time. If we were out and I was wearing a strapless dress and then coming back at night time, I had it in my bag, which I just obviously used to cover over. That was great. Now, I'll just go and get this. I need to get this to show you, because I have it here. I wanted to tell you about this. It was very hot, and I do have a tan. However, my face is completely fake tan. I use Factor 50, and as I've said, big hat shade, Factor 50 on my skin. But of course, you don't want... I don't want to wear a lot of makeup in summer, and I don't want my head to be this kind of white ball on top of a tan body. So I use this, and it's brilliant. It's called Cooler Facial Tan. Excuse me. I will leave a link. What I like about it, it's sunless tan, it's anti-aging, it's a blend of argan oil, hyaluronic acid, and vitamin C. And it's wonderful, and it gives you such a nice colour, as opposed to, sometimes you can tell a tan can go orangey. This doesn't do that. I'm going to leave a link below to this. I know I don't usually do this, but I'm probably going to start doing it in the fluff section. So that's something that I'm still using now. And it's fabulous, and it being anti-aging as well is good. The other thing that I used, which I don't have here to show you, but I will leave a picture, is the Kiehl's dry body oil. This was a lifesaver, and still is, because it helps to maintain your tan as well. But at night time, so obviously you put on your sun cream, your Factor, whatever you use, and sunbathe. And then I used After Sun, of course. But then before I went to bed, I would use the dry oil, the Kiehl's Body Dry Oil. Fantastic stuff. Really, you can feel that it's how soft your skin feels the next day. And I used a full bottle. Mr. Kitchen used it as well. And it's so hydrating the body. So I'm going to continue to use that, actually. I'm going to replenish that. So yeah, I'm going to leave links down. I'll leave links down to the hats, to the cover-ups, the beach cover-ups. If you've not yet been on holiday, I tell you, these are great. And you could also wear them as top with a pair of white jeans or shorts, of course. You could go out in them even. They're so lovely. And the Kiehl's Nourishing Dry Body Oil, and the scarf and the cooler. I shall leave links to those below. Fabulous, all of them, and none of them that expensive. Well, I hope that's helped you in terms of going on holiday or even just protecting yourself in the sun. Tell me what you think about fluff time on the videos in the comments box below, and I'll speak to you next time. And until then, remember that on the Happy Stuff and Fluff, we're getting happy, living longer, and growing younger. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.